Good morning, this is KELOLAND on the go, with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A Des Moines, Iowa man is behind bars in Sioux Falls in connection to a weekend shooting downtown.
Police arrested 26-year-old Takizi Khalifa for a list of charges including aggravated assault and aggravated riot. Authorities say they got calls about people fighting outside a business in the area of 11th Street and 1st Avenue around 1 o'clock Saturday morning. When officers arrived on scene, a shot was fired nearby.
Police found a 20-year-old man lying in a parking lot and helped him. The victim was transported to the hospital with serious injuries but is expected to survive.
The information I got from the detective today was that Khalifa was part of a group that engaged in the fight as it was already happening outside. They arrived on scene, and then Khalifa and others that were with him got involved in the fight disturbance. So as far as what led up to it all, that's something we're still trying to determine.
According to online records, Khalifa has served prison time in Iowa. He was convicted of several felonies, including robbery and trafficking stolen weapons.
A 27-year-old and a 31-year-old from the Rosebud Reservation will both spend 30 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to the murder of a 15-year-old boy.
In July 2019, the body of Alize Millard was found burned and hanging from a tree in Ghost Hawk Canyon on the Rosebud Reservation. 7 years later, at the federal courthouse in Pierre, the case came to a close when Dylan Millard and Charmaine Medicine were handed their sentences. Outside of the courthouse, KELOLAND's Lauren Solik spoke to Alize's mom and grandma.
You know, my heart is shattered already into a million pieces. You know, we've just been taking it day by day. It's just been hard.
In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, we'll hear more from Alize's family about how they're feeling 7 years later and what they'll always remember about Alize.
Court documents identify a possible cocaine supplier for the man accused of causing the death of 14-year-old McKenna Wendell of Sioux Falls.
Wendell died in March of an overdose from cocaine. Mark Milk, her uncle, is accused of giving her the drug. According to court papers, John Rognes of Brookings, who allegedly helped dump the child's body, identified Kevin Chapman as Milk's cocaine supplier.
Court documents say Milk withdrew $150 from an ATM on the night the child went missing. This, according to the court papers, was a total known for a certain amount of cocaine from Chapman. Additionally, court papers say Milk called Chapman as Milk's car was seen leaving the ATM's area. Chapman faces several drug charges.
However, these charges are all for alleged crimes in June or July, well after Wendell's body was found in March. Additional details are available in this story on our website.
So going to check down our story with meteorologist Brian Carson. Good morning, Brian.
All right, good morning. As we track the weather today after some thunderstorms last night, a warm and humid day today. Our high temperature in Sioux Falls will be topping out near 86 this afternoon. We're forecasting high temperatures near 90 or above in the Rapid City area, where some severe weather is a possibility later today. We do expect some more scattered storms to develop in the west. We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. With the Sturgis motorcycle rally in motion, you might see more pull tabs up in gas station bathrooms.
Call to Freedom and its volunteers have been putting them up across the state.
Somebody monitors the phone 24/7, so if a victim is able to get to a phone and to call, that they can go and meet them where they're at, direct them on how to get to the Call to Freedom office. And so it's just a small way that they can take it with them and something that they can keep on them that is not going to be a big red flag.
Megan Cool and her daughters have been putting up pull tabs across Sioux Falls. So far, they've been to around 25 gas stations.
Bikers are making their way to Sturgis this week for the annual motorcycle rally.
One common stop along the journey is Wall. Some rally goers will stop inside the Dairy Queen for a sweet treat.
The manager there says he likes welcoming people from across the country.
We enjoyed that people that do stop in for, ice cream and food, and sometimes you can visit with them.
Perfect. We also caught up with the co-owner of the Best Western, who says the rally benefits Wall's downtown businesses.
The newest resident of the 1880 town in western South Dakota has been a big hit with tourists this summer.
Herbert is the town's new camel on display. He replaces Otis, the longtime camel, who's now enjoying life in retirement.
Herbert came to South Dakota from Iowa this spring.
Oh, they love it. They absolutely love it. The kids love it. They come up running up to him, and he'd come up and greet them at the fence.
Herbert grew up around children, but the staff cautions visitors that he may remove their hats.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens, and a pretty decent summer day today.
All right. Yes, indeed. We've got 80s for highs, which is about normal for most of us, a few low 90s in the west. Trouble is we need to get more rainfall going. We've had so much of this summer where you get a spot here, a streak there. We had a big storm last night. In fact, it was not nice at all. It's just a big thorn here. Look at that thing. It produced baseball-sized hail along much of its track. It even produced a tornado outside of Faith. Didn't produce a whole lot of rain in Faith, only about 20 hundredths. And then the thing goes down here just northwest of Winter, hits the interstate, stops, moves and takes almost a 90-degree turn to the left and fizzles. And then it hopped over some of you, and then we ended up with the redevelopment near Canton and Viborg. That actually ended up as some pretty good rain, but not a lot of folks got that. Okay, so that's where we're at. We've got rain totals here too. You know, you can look down into southern Lincoln County. You're going to find some 2-inch rains last night, but you get up to Harrisburg, hardly anything. So it's kind of one of those, this is the same thing again, a cycle today where we're going to probably pop some storms in western South Dakota. Severe weather can accompany any storms that do develop. So we've had proof of that lately. That will continue. But it's also important to remember that these are not necessarily widespread storms, although Futurecast will be plenty generous with some of those clusters there this evening. Some of this could hold together into eastern South Dakota. Some of it, again, be careful. Don't get too overly excited about rain tonight in Sioux Falls. It could rain a little bit around. I think that it's possible, but it's not a high chance of rain. Wednesday's forecast, we get back into the 80s again. I expect more scattered thunderstorms in the west, and then we'll see what wanders east Wednesday night. I'm sure there'll be repeated scattered showers and thunderstorms as we end the week. The other big notable item on the 7-day forecast is we start to cool the temperature down. So keep watching it. I mean, at this point, it is going to be a forecast of probably a little more frustration for those of you who need the rain the most. But you can't give up on that rain chance either, because there's at least 5 of them. It's the same pattern. It just comes back. And every time I think we will see rain in our region, but it is going to pile up in one spot and miss another. That's the theme you have to remember when you watch these forecasts. Aberdeen is going to see the same thing. Temperatures 75 to 80 as we wrap up the week. I expect Pierre and Rapid City also to cool down. And the rain chances will be coming in from Colorado and Wyoming. They'll be wrapping around the monsoon. So we should end up with at least more frequent chances of showers and thunderstorms, and especially starting tomorrow night into really all the way through Saturday, there will be scattered rain. Check out the latest with our weather forecast online at KELOLAND.com.